Hey, it's me tripping on 30 milligrams of DMT. And for a little bonus, I'm on a little bit of mushrooms right now. This is my third pull. Couldn't finish the baggie. I think I overfilled this baggie a little bit. There was too much air in it. Like the air to vapor ratio wasn't good. Like the first 20 seconds of the trip, it was kind of difficult for me. A lot of the times the trip will come on very smooth and subtly and gradually, whereas this one just kept starting and stopping for like the first 30 seconds. But I think at this point it was like pretty smooth sailing. So early on in the trip, I started to see this sphere, this like globe, and the globe appeared out of darkness. It was like pitch black, probably because I had this blindfold on. And this orb had like a million lines intersecting and cross-cutting it, and every line was like a different color. It was very rainbow colored. And as my trip progressed, the globe started getting bigger and bigger until finally I entered the globe, and all the entire environment around me was just this globe. And I've seen this globe a lot of times on DMT before, but it's just like this. I can't explain it. It's just a globe made out of every single color possible that rotates very slowly and subtly.
Oh yeah.
The globe started spinning faster. I think that's what I was reacting to. I kept having this feeling that I was out of breath or something. That's why you see me periodically breathe. I'm not sure if I'm actually breathing so much here. Very little bit. It's hard to breathe when you're tripping because there's so many things distracting you. My mouth felt very uncomfortable too, like it was very dry. I think it's because I was nervous. Yeah, I'm feeling it. At this point, I'm just blown away by how beautiful this globe is and how nicely it's moving. There was something about the way it was moving that made me feel really good. Like it was very pleasurable. It was like mildly orgasmic. I think you can see it on my face a little bit. Where I was like, it wasn't like full on orgasm, but it was like, nice foreplay type of feeling. The guy sitting to the right of the camera, um, he had never done any drug before. He had never done alcohol even, or I don't know if he's ever even smoked a cigarette. And he did DMT that day for the first time. He had a really nice experience, or a couple. Could already feel at this point that I was starting to come down. This was a really fast and furious trip. I kind of knew it was going to be like that as it was happening, because I've had so many of them at this point. I kind of know how they're going to go, at least on lower doses. Those sirens you hear in the background, I didn't hear those at all when I was tripping. I was actually hearing a very nice pulsating, like woo 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 type of sound. And as my trip got more intense, the noise vibrated faster. Like it was like woo 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 woo. And then at the peak of my trip, it was like brrrr. And then when I started coming down, the noise started slowing down too. Yeah, I'm not breathing enough here. That tends to be a problem of mine in real life. I don't breathe enough, or I breathe very shallow. That's why I do breathing exercises. And at this point, I'm just coming down and I'm feeling really good, really nice. That globe has kind of disappeared.
Wow. That's crazy. My eyes were open this whole time.
My eyes were open inside the blindfold. But it also has a double meaning. Like my inner eye has been open this whole time. Major props to my friends for being nice and quiet and still. We try to be very nice trip sitters for each other.
Whoa.
The light, the light was like extremely bright when I took off my blindfold.
That was very realistic.
How was it? What was the dosage?
It was very realistic.
30?
Oh, okay.
Very good. What was your question?
Oh,
I think what I meant by that was I was just impressed by like the quality of the globe. Like it felt like I was looking at very, very high level computer animation. And I was just like very impressed by it. I was like, wow, in my mind when I was seeing it, I was like, wow, whoever designed this thing did a really good job at making it look real.
so what did you see? What did you experience?
Oh man, it was just the most beautiful, like every color you could imagine, like an orb of it,
Okay.
and like completely engulfing me.
Right.
So it wasn't like a 2D image of an orb. I was like inside the orb, and my whole environment was the orb, and it was just like moving, and it's very like
Still
nice,
tripping a little bit at this
pleasurable
point.
way. You know, I can't explain it. Like the way it was moving and rotating, it made me feel good, and
Made my balls feel good.
I just kept thinking like this seems like so real. You know what I mean?
I know you said wow a few times.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
because that's what happens. Like I can't believe what I'm seeing. You know.
I think I'm just trying to say it felt like a real place.
And my eyes were open. I didn't close my eyes, so
Interesting.
it was just bizarre, and it was so bright. You know,
Okay.
like in here,
Mm.
it's blackness, but on the DMT, it just becomes so bright. Like it's crazy how it has its own light and ecosystem and all that stuff outside of our physical
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a real hard time talking there. I don't know if you could notice, but
Anything else you remember? Or was it just the orb?
The orb and just how nice it made me feel,
Okay.
and how realistic it was.
Did you notice any sounds at all, or just plainly visual?
Yeah, it's always the same sounds for me. Like there's like this. It starts off with like this type of sound, and as the trip gets more intense, the sound starts to like pulsate in tune with the trip. So as the trip gets more intense, the sound becomes like, and as I'm peaking, it's like, and then when I come down, it also comes down. It starts to slow and go, like it's
almost like the engine of a car.
Exactly like that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the experience itself has a sound to it, and that's what I'm hearing. Is like it coincides with the intensity of what's happening
Right.
and all that.
Right. Yeah.
That was great.
Yep, that's when the video stopped. So I hope you enjoyed me tripping. I enjoyed me tripping, and I enjoyed watching me trip while tripping on mushrooms.